Welcome Ambroise on the stage. Woo-hoo!
Thank you. All right. Hello, everyone. So I'll ask the same questions again. I didn't get to see who was a freelancer. So raise your hand super high if you're a freelancer right now. Okay, most of the people, that's good. And raise your hand if you want to become a freelancer. Do we have some future freelancers up there? Here? Okay, let's do it. So now I'd like you to clap your hands if this ever happened to you, for the ones who are freelancers already. You've had to deal with shitty clients. Okay. You've had clients ask you for last-minute changes. Yeah? Okay. You've had clients call you at 10 p.m. or later for urgent things that weren't really urgent. Okay? And you felt like you deserved higher pay for your job. Yeah. Let's do it. So I feel you. But if I'm completely honest, we can blame clients all we want. It's probably our fault as freelancers, and we can fix that. I'll teach you how today. So there is hope for you yet. Keep the hope. So in the next 23 minutes, you'll learn what is value-based freelancing and how to increase your value as a freelancer. I'll teach you why, how, and when to raise your rates as freelancers, how to raise your rates with current clients or fire them. I'll teach you how to fire clients today, the bad ones, the ones that Yanis talked about. We'll also see how to become twice as productive, and we'll see what to do with your free time and money. So this is an actual picture of me when I started freelancing. I started super young. My name is Ambroise, and I've been freelancing since 2013, when freelancing wasn't even cool yet. I started 11 years ago when nobody was doing it, and I've raised my rates from 2 euros an hour at the beginning to today over 200 euros an hour for some gigs. I've been nomading since 2017. I've been able to quit my job thanks to freelancing. And I'm French. Do we have any croissant experts and lovers in the room? Okay. And I also became Canadian. Do we have any maple syrup like addicts? Yeah, Quebecers? Let's do it. I've been also, since 2019, mentoring over 600 people to become freelancers and grow their business. And I also am a client. I have a team of 10 freelancers working with me, so I know what it is to be a freelancer and also work with freelancers, and that's really useful. In France, I'm known as the digital nomad expert by the media, and I have over 50,000 followers on social media, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere, if you want to follow me. Now, I'm also half based in Chiang Mai, so if you ever come to Chiang Mai, send me a message, we can go grab a coffee, a beer, I'm open for it. And to start with, I'd like to make sure we speak the same language. What is freelancing? I'll do a freelancing 101 real quick. So, freelancing for me is the single best way to get started as a nomad and to make a living online. Because you're flexible, like having a remote job is okay, but it's just not the same flexibility and potential of money earned. It's also the world's simplest business model. You have skills, clients have needs, and you provide your services, they pay you. Super easy. No need to invest, hire a team, build a product or anything. You sell your services. It's different from coaching. I have to put it out there because some people mistake both. Freelancing, your clients are companies. Companies have more money, and it means you need less clients to make a good living. With coaching, you often need a lot of clients. It's a really good model. That's what I do now. But freelancing, it's much easier to get started with. But freelancing, when you do freelancing, shit happens. Like shit happens if your business is not set up properly. You have shitty demanding clients. I've seen you clap at the beginning. It's easy to overwork and to say yes to every demand of your clients. Some clients will expect you to work at the same time zone, which is death as a nomad. And we'll fix this today. Because we didn't sign up for this. Who has read this book here, The 4-Hour Work Week? Okay, about half the people. If you haven't, I suggest you read it. It's like the Bible for nomads. It's what started this whole movement in the first place. But we didn't get in this for that. We promised the happiness, the freedom, and most times, like oftentimes, we get stuck in this like demanding clients, asking more work, last minute, and we'll fix that today because I see way too many unhappy, overworked, burnout freelance nomads, and that's not the goal at all. So as a freelancer, the main thing I'd like you to remember for today is that you need to get paid based on your value, not necessarily the time you work as a freelancer. So this is based on 4 things. First is the pure skills. Yanis talked about it. You need to be actually excellent at what you do to be able to sell it. That's the basics. Second one is you have to provide ROI for your clients. ROI is return on investment. Because your goal as a freelancer is to make your client's life easier, to help them make more money. You are an investment for your clients. When I hire a freelancer, it's an investment. I'm going to pay someone for some work, I expect a return on investment. Because I could invest on ads, I could invest in anything, I choose to invest in that freelancer. So there has to be an ROI. And for me, a freelancer has to provide an ROI of at least 5 for the clients. It means like if a client pays you $1,000 a month, you need to provide at least $5,000 of value to them every month. And you have to be able to prove it, to measure it. So for some people, like in marketing and sales, it's quite easy. Like you invest in ads, you can prove the sales and stuff. For some other jobs, like creatives, it's a bit harder, but you can always find ways to show your value and find studies, find media articles saying like, okay, having an up-to-date logo helps company grow twice as fast or things like that. And you have to calculate that. We'll see that after that. The third one is social proof. And I love this quote by Alex Hormozy that explains everything. You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. You have to overwork your self-doubt. Self-doubt is normal. We all have imposter syndrome. You think I don't have imposter syndrome like standing on stage? I do, but I overwork this. I prepared, I'm here today. And that's what you have to do. You have to push through and make sure you collect like testimonials, portfolio items, etc. And also you have to make sure it's easy for future clients to understand what you do and what you've done in the past. So I'll provide templates later on. You can scan a QR code later and get templates about that, but you should have somewhere online displaying your portfolio. LinkedIn is a good place to do so. You should also have testimonials from current and past clients, because you can sell yourself all you want. The best is always going to be like past clients telling you, okay, Ambroise did this for me, we got a super good ROI, it was super easy to work with. So have other people recommend you, and that's the best social proof you're going to get. And so the best way to get that is to ask clients, after you have a big win or release a project, ask them, hey, would you be open to share a testimonial on my LinkedIn? Then you should pre-write it for them, okay? I know this is not natural, but pre-write it for them because you know best what you want on your profile, and they can adjust. And also ask all your past clients, coworkers, personal projects to leave a testimonial for you. You can do like a trade. Okay, I'll leave you a testimonial, you leave one for me. And that's a really good way to get testimonials and get the best social proof there is. Then you also need to have like a clear value proposition. I help X achieve Y thanks to Z. For instance, I help Jim attract new clients all year long thanks to Facebook ads, for instance. Make it super clear for people to understand what you do. You can also brand yourself like you're all interesting people. You're all nomads, traveling, doing cool stuff. Brand yourself like you can be the traveling Canva wizard or something. You can also use free tools, and designers are going to help me for this, but to create a logo, I guess you all know Canva, yeah, the tool. You have amazing logo templates. You don't need anything fancy, but brand yourself is going to be worth it. You can also now, in 2014, build a website in like 5 minutes with AI tools. Super easy, brings your social proof higher, and you should put all that on your LinkedIn profile as well for people to be able to see that easily. I also recommend you start creating content. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, but start just posting, let's say, once a week on LinkedIn. Just tell your network about your freelance life, what projects you're working on, what you released, how you feel as a freelancer, what's your next step. Just share your life as a freelancer, and your network will know what you're doing, and you'll be able to attract new clients like that. And if you've been freelancing for a few years, then I recommend creating some pillar content. So this is, for me, blog posts, YouTube videos, or podcasts. This automatically positions you as an expert and helps you charge more for what you do. Then the fourth one that is often forgotten is the trust and relationship that you build with your clients. Because as a client, I can tell you, finding good freelancers is freaking hard. Like, there are many freelancers out there who don't provide a lot of value for clients, who don't understand your needs, who don't play the long-term game. And so you need to listen to your client's need and answer them. You have to be a solution provider, not another item or message in their to-do list. You need to be a solution. That's why they pay you. That's why they invest in you. And you have to become what I call an octopus. Put your tentacles everywhere. Like, be proactive, get access to tools, get them to train you, become friends with the team. So basically, it's really hard for clients to fire you. And that's what allowed me to keep clients for years. Right now, I'm working with clients. I've been working with them for 3 years, close to 4 years. And there is no sign of it stopping because I built this trust and relationship with them. Let's see now why, how, and when to raise your rates. That's the main thing of the talk today. So there are 3 main ways to charge as a freelancer. I guess a lot of you charge on a daily or hourly rate. Can you raise your hands if that's the case? Yeah? Okay, about half the people. It's okay, it's the classic way of doing it. It's the default. But the thing is, it's direct time work for money. You work 3 hours, you get paid for 3 hours. It's okay, it's the best way to get out of like employment and a job, but there is a better way. And the problem with that way of charging is that unless you increase your rates continually, you get paid less and less because you become better at what you do, you become more productive, and there is a better way. This better way is value-based freelancing. So with a monthly package or retainer. That's what we're going to see today. So this way of charging your clients takes into account the ROI of the project, what we've seen before. And when you charge this way, you become like a partner in the project. You become an investment and not just an expense and something like that. And in this way, you can also include the pre-work, the calls you have with the clients, the audits, the free missions and everything, and the research time. So we'll see that in detail a bit after. And the third way to charge is based on results. So this is more for advanced freelancers, mainly working in marketing and sales. And this is really good. That's what I do for some of my gigs. But you have to be extremely confident you can deliver because you could work for nothing if you don't deliver. So how to go from time-based to value-based freelancing? Half of you were charging, like until now, until today, on time-based. How to switch from time-based to value-based? You have to understand that you have to stop competing on price, because if you charge by the hour, you're competing on price. And that's a game you can never win. There will always going to be someone cheaper than you, no matter if it's in Asia, in India, or else, like there's always going to be someone cheaper. So you have to compete on value, because value is impossible to copy. You're unique, you have a unique skill set, you have a unique experience, and you have the contents of this talk, and you understand your clients. So you have to stop competing on price and start competing on value. The step 1 for that is to estimate the total value you generate for your client. It can be for a future client or a current client. Step 2, just charge 20% of that total value as your monthly retainer or project fee. Okay? This ensures you provide your clients with an ROI of 5 for every project you do. And step 3, this will allow you to keep your clients for years. Example, you're a social media manager. You manage social media accounts, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Without you, your client has no social media activity. With your work, they generate $5,000 of sales per month. You know this because you've measuring it, you know how to track it, and you know that they generate this. You have to track and measure. Then you can safely charge them $1,000 a month, so 20% for a monthly package. Because if you charge more, your clients have other costs, like maybe on the 5,000 of sales, they have to pay 20% commission to a sales guy, they have to pay for ads, for delivery and stuff. So 20% is a safe spot for clients to be able to keep working with you for years. It's a win-win, it's an obvious investment for them, and it's really good for the long term for you to build a successful freelance career. Now, when to raise your rates or change to value-based? First, the easiest way to do it is with each new client. Each new client, you raise your rates a little bit, until it doesn't work anymore. Of course, you have to adapt to future clients, the situation, but with each new client, it's the easiest. They don't know what you charged before, etc. Second, with current clients, every 6 months to a year. You're all aware of the crazy inflation and increase in the cost of living we have today. I also told you that you increase in value because you become more efficient, you have more skills every month. So you need to increase your rates every 6 months to a year with your current clients. We'll see that right after. Or third time is when you're fully booked. If you're fully booked, fully booked for me as a freelancer is like if you have, let's say, 3.5 to 4 days of work booked per week, then you should increase your rates with your new clients and your current clients. You have to raise your rate with current clients. I know Yanis told it's like really uncomfortable to talk about pricing with clients, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be because, I mean, you're worth a lot of money, you have a lot of value, and your prices and salary should reflect that. So for that, I recommend that you do an audit of your current and past freelance clients. I'll provide you with a template for that, a simple sheet to put different things and see if you should increase your value or not. Two choices, either you raise your rates with your clients, and the good thing with that is that if you ask for a raise, you might get it. If you don't ask, there is 100% of chances you don't get. Like, your clients are not going to say, okay, I want to pay you twice as more. You actually have to go out there and ask for it. The second choice is to fire clients. I have a lot of people, when they do this exercise, like, they realize some clients they have, like, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth my time. They're shitty clients. They call me at 10 a.m. Like, they're really demanding. They're not grateful for my work. So you can also fire them and free up some space for some new aligned clients. How to have that talk with your clients? You need to have the talk with them to raise your rates. So what I suggest is that you book what I call like a collab review call, just to see, like, talk about the collab, how it's going and stuff. Then explain them a bit your situation. You tell them, okay, we've been working for 1 year together. Now I've invested a lot in my training. I have clients now paying me twice as much as you do because I followed a super cool talk in Bansko Nomadfest. And basically explain them your situation. You don't have to sell them anything. Just help them, like, put them in your shoes. Tell them, okay, I charge you $50 an hour. I have clients paying me $100 an hour. What do you think I should do? And then let them brainstorm with you on ways they can make it work. It's really good. It involves them. And then let them ask you for what kind of raise you want. It's always easier if they start talking about money first. In negotiation, the first person that starts talking about money often loses. There is no loser, but gets less. Yeah, and then ask them if they find that's a fair thing, it's a fair value to pay you. And yeah, this is the best way to do it because you involve them in the discussion. It's not like, okay, I double my price, you have to pay this. No, it's like, here's my situation, understand, what can we do, how can we make this work? And it's really natural. It doesn't have to be stressful or bad. Now, we have to talk about productivity, okay? Because if you don't charge by time anymore, but charge based on value and a monthly package, and charge based on your value, the more productive you become, the more efficient you become, the more money you can make. It wasn't possible if you charge by time, you have to raise your rate all the time, but if you charge by value, you can get paid more if you become more productive. So how to become twice as productive as a freelancer? There are a few ways. The goal is to apply the principles from the 4-hour work week, the principles of productivity that you weren't able to implement until today. So it's batching and no interruption. So the first one is time blocking. Do you guys know about time blocking? The productivity method, yeah? So basically you block time chunks in your calendar. I like to do this by half days. Let's say mornings and afternoons, or evenings if you like to work in the evenings. 1 half day is for one client. You can also, of course, have multiple clients and multiple half days. This way, you can tell them, okay, dear client, I work for you on Thursday mornings. If you have to call me, need me to answer things, we do it on Thursday morning. Second thing, I suggest you work in weekly sprints. Like developers, like designers, you work in sprints that last a week. For that, you'll have a call weekly with your clients, half-an-hour call, and during that call, you'll get to see them, you'll get to build the trust, you'll get to get updates, give updates about what you do and stuff. Or if it's easier for you and they're okay, you can also do Loom videos, record your screen and tell them, okay, this week I've done that and stuff. So this is the content of those sync. First, a bit of social small talk to get the relationship going, the trust, like tell them, okay, I'm in Bansko this week, I'm at the Nomadfest, and this is amazing, I'm learning a lot of things I'm going to apply in your business, things like that. Then you tell them what happened since the last call or sync, like, okay, last week I did this, I got blocked on this topic, what can we do? Basically, you work with them about this. And everything that is defined during the next week is what's going to get done, like nothing extra. They don't get to call you and tell you, okay, I need this extra. No, you define what it is, and then you plan, like you kind of try to unblock the things that could go wrong. And this is a really simple but effective way to make sure that clients know when you work, what you do, when it's going to get delivered, and makes it everything easier. Also, talking about clients, this is the classic analogy of the jar. You know, you have a jar and you can fill it with rocks and pebbles. For freelancing, there is a way to do this that's really allowing you to build like a sustainable and growing career, you have to fill your jar with rocks first. And rocks are monthly retainer clients. Let's say you have $4,000 a month clients as a social media manager. Those are your rocks. Like you build a relationship with them, you're in this for the long term, you provide them with an ROI of 5. That's the basis of your freelance like career. Then you have pebbles you can fill on top. Those are like one-time projects. You can charge more for that. One-shot clients is not going to make your career. And a lot of freelancers like base their career on pebbles, and that's what makes it super hard to have a sustainable and long-term career. So fill it with rock first, like monthly packages, and then pebbles. And always be talking with more prospects. You always need, even if you're fully booked, you should always have prospect clients that want to work with you, and you can pre-book them for 2 months afar, 3 months afar, and have them prepay and book your time, so you know it's going to be there. Quickly, the 7-step sales process for freelancers, how to maximize your time and not spend, I see freelancers spending a lot of time like sending messages, going on calls and stuff. This is the best way to do it. I found it in 11 years. So there is the initial contact, discussion, the call. I provide you with a template for the call, so I see my time is running out. Then, based on what they tell you on the call, you prepare the proposition for them, and then follow up, contract, and start a project. So what we've seen so far, we've seen how to double your rate and adopt the value-based freelancing, and how to be twice as productive. This means that either you can 4x your revenue working the same amount of hours. It's going to take a bit of weeks and months of work to implement, but it's possible. Then you can have the same revenue in 4 times less. Or the best choice for me is to double revenue in half the time, because this is the happiness we were looking for as nomads. It takes courage, action, and a few months, and you'll be there. Because we got in this for happiness. Like if you're traveling but you're working all the time, are you really free? Are you really enjoying the experience? Or did you get caught in another rat race, the freelance rat race as a nomad? So it's time to enjoy the nomad life and explore. For me, as a freelancer, 1.5 month per place, 3-4 days a week and 4-5 hours a day is the best rhythm. Allows me to work, be efficient, but still have energy and time to explore and interact. I'm running out of time, but I've had crazy experiences with this, and I just want to leave you with this. Most freelancers still behave like employees. As a freelancer, you're the boss. You're in charge. You can decide. You're in control. You can do whatever you want. So you can scan this now for the free templates. This will lead you to a Notion. There is no email opt-in on anything. You got this slide deck, the freelance biz audit, the perfect cost structure, and the proposal template. So scan this QR code. You'll get the Notion page. And that's it for me. Maybe I'll leave this. Thank you.
Okay. Want to be filled properly. Look, it's packed.
Yeah, it's really packed.
So much interest. I'm very happy for you.
Thanks.
So my first question is, it was so cute when you started your freelance job when you were a little boy, and you said you raised it from 2 euros per hour to 200.
Yeah.
So what kind of job did you do for 2 euros an hour?
First I was translating. I went to Germany to translate a website from German to French, even though I don't
speak German.
Not so much.
How old were you? When was that?
No, the picture is a joke. I was 20 years old at the time.
And the German thing was a joke or what?
The picture.
Yeah, but okay, so how did you do that?
So it was kind of like an internship in Germany that I found. I applied, I got it. I went there, and I just did the work, and I learned so much. You know, when I studied, I was a student. I didn't know anything. Yeah. So each new experience, I would learn, get testimonials, and then increase my rates, learn new things, and
Oh, perfect. Okay, so let's head into Q&A. Raise your hands if you have questions for Ambroise. Okay, we start here, there in the back.
My question was about new clients and this value-based pricing that you talked about.
Yeah.
Before you know, before you know the value you're delivering, before you have measured it, etc., and know how much you can charge, you start with new clients kind of hourly based, or you start trying to jump into this value-based pricing from the very beginning, and estimate the retainer, or how to go about with new clients? Do you have some data and so on?
Okay. Yeah, really good question. there are actually quite a bit of ways to get the value, the estimated value of a project. First, in the template of the call, you can ask your clients what's the estimated what's the estimated outcome of this project for you. If it works, how much money will it generate? Because clients, if you work with them, they can tell you the value. Another way is to talk with freelancers and ask them, okay, you have experience about those projects, what are you charging, what's the ROI you see on those projects? And if you don't get any idea about what's the ROI or value of a project, the safest way is, yes, to charge by the hour to start with, until you know how much time it takes, what value it generates, and then move to the value-based package. Yeah.
Okay, other questions? Yeah, Alex?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Quick question. How do you handle those conversations when clients will, on the project, out of scope? So they like what you do, and they come to you and they ask you more questions, like, hey, can you also do this or that? And sometimes it's not as easy.
Yeah,
How do you push back on it?
So basically, a lot of freelancers don't do it like that, but for me, a contract is really important, not just for legal reasons, but also determines what's going to be the deliverable and the scope. Because if you don't have that, then it can get out of control. And and once you have that, you can say, okay, you want me to do this extra, then here is my proposal for it. It's going to be 500 euros more, or like the previous speaker said, if they ask you for more, they should pay more. That's
Next one.
So what do you do if you know what you can deliver, but your client doesn't deliver what you need to continue to work on a continuously basis?
Like they don't provide you with materials or stuff?
Yeah, and copywriting and things like that to continue implementing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tricky one because they need to help you with the project. But once again, if you determine at the beginning of the project when they should give you the copywriting, the visuals and stuff, then it's their fault. And if you don't get to work on the project, they don't get to get their ROI on the project as well. Sorry?
How do you charge them?
Well, if you don't get to do the work, it's a bit hard to charge. I mean, depends on what kind of work. We can talk about it later, but it's if you don't get to work, then you don't get to charge. That's what we're saying. But maybe fire them, get better clients.
So, I think you will be available later on as well, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, are you planning to do an conference?
Not sure.
Not sure, but you should go at least to the Pitch Fest.
Okay.
And see what's there for you. Everybody should go to the Pitch Fest.
Okay.
And you might want to do an conference yourself. Okay, my dears, let's give a huge applause to Ambroise. Thank you.
Thank you.